Act as if the future is now. That is the secret to get wealth, abundance, and success. So if you want to manifest more money and abundance, that's what we have to do. And this is what we are going to talk about today, how to implement that, how to make your brain a wealth generating machine for all sorts of abundance, money, success, lottery jackpot wins, everything you want to imagine. You can actually do that. And here's the beauty about this. Once you get this locked in, okay, things will happen in your life. Let's say unforeseen occurrences. You may lose a large sum of money or abundance. Guess what? You will automatically rebuild it back so fast. Because once neurons that are wired together, fire together, and once they are seized and locked, they will always remember the pattern and make sure your thoughts are congruent with the pattern. Isn't that amazing, right? That we can do that. So let's get into showing you how it works. All right. So the real secret is we have to change our brain's neural pathway. So remember these keywords: neural pathway and neuroplastic. Our brains are what we refer to as neuroplastic, meaning that at any age we can change the wiring in our brain. Right now, your brain and my brain are wired for different interpretations of reality. Some individual brains are wired for a money magnet. They're always lucky, they're always winning, they're always getting money, they're just making money. That means they wired their brain. It's called neuroplasticity. Some individuals' brains are wired for lack and inconsistency. Every day something's happening, they're not really good with abundance, they're always losing, not making, they're always going from just bare survival mode. Their brains are wired for that. Got you understand? Now you get it? So, how do we change it? All right, here's the first step you have to do. Awareness. Most people are programming their reality every day without recognizing it. Here's what they'll do. Number one, they start to think about what they don't want or have. They'll get up, I'm broke, I can't afford it, I'm always tired, there's never enough to go around. They think they are just stating the problem, but they are actually programming. So the conscious mind works by saying, this is what the situation is. The subconscious mind works by saying, oh, this is what you want the situation to continue to be. I repeat that. The conscious mind says, this is what the situation is, thinking that it's just venting the problem. The subconscious says, oh, no, this is what the situation will continue to be. So you are programming yourself daily. So what do? Awareness is the first step. Stop saying, I don't have, I want to be rich, and start saying, why do I already have? Why am I so rich and successful? Why do I have more than enough money to live the life I desire? That is the first step to activating the neural pathways. So your awareness comes in, okay? So you got to be aware of what you're saying and thinking. The second one is thinking. You have to start to think rich every day. You have to start to say things as such as, man, I'm so lucky and wealthy. Why do I always have more money? Why am I always winning in the lottery? Why do people love me everywhere? Why are people constantly giving me money? Why are my businesses? You have to start to think that. The only way, yes, why am I so successful? There you go, guys, you got it. The only way to get your neural pathways to rewire is by bombardment, by thoughts and awareness. Got that? The next part is another part of the brain where it's called the reticular activating system. We have to now get that part also wired for neuroplasticity. Now that part is a little bit different than the neural network. So the neural network would be the hardware. The reticular activating system would be the software. It's actually what runs the reality for you to filter and observe. So now we got the neural pathway set up. Now we're going to do what? Be aware of our thoughts. Think only on what you want. Use the question and affirmations. Every day bombarding your thought, even when it's not there. Even your bank account says $5, $10. And why do I have 10,000 in my bank account? Why do I keep getting more money in abundance? Why do I keep getting opportunities? Boom, boom, boom. Every day bombard it like that. Okay, now the RAS works a little differently. This is live. The RAS works a little differently now. With the reticular activating system, we have to physically show it evidence of our reality. So that means now we have to bombard now with visual images from outside. So if now you have to go on your social media feed and you have to set your social media feed to only show you feeds such as $10,000 in my bank account, I won the lottery. Program the feed to show you nothing but abundance posts. That's number one. Number two, physically maneuver yourself to different locations where wealth is. Drive through the wealthy neighborhood, drive through the wealthy mall, walk through the wealthy mall, go into the wealthy store. You have to embellish all of your senses. So your reticular activating system now sees all of that stuff on a consistent basis while you're already being aware and bombarding yourself with positive thoughts and affirmations. Now we are beginning the process of true neuroplasticity. So what happens when you do this? The reticular activating system now sends information to the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind now, by the way, the subconscious mind is already watching all of this. It's just looking for input. So when I say send information, I just mean the information is being gathered by the subconscious as a pattern. So now, the subconscious sees this is our new map of reality. That's the key word you want to have. A map, a new map of reality. So what the subconscious sees now, the RAS is showing me all these abundance. Neuroplasticity is taking place now. The neurons will start to wire together now. Synapses start to fire off now. The field now, which is infinite, which has all these different realities now, the subconscious now picks the one that matches what you've been doing. And it duplicates it as your exact reality, because out in the field, there's an exact copy of this reality where you're already rich and successful. So now you will start to wire yourself to become rich and successful, and you'll start to gain more abundance. This is why I said, when you make the future now, you become successfully wealthy. You see how that works? Voila. Then you shall start to see your life change. Now, why does it work this way? Well, because just like everything else, wealth is a frequency. Everything exists on frequency, energetic patterns. Your brain is wired for that. Your brain is seeking frequencies to live on. If you look at your brain when it's wiring, you see it produces electrochemical signals. It's actually electricity and magnetism. You can see your neuron, you can see the firing. There's electricity, there's explosion going on in your head. It is connecting to the field. The field have all these different options of reality. You get to choose one by your awareness, by your self-talk, and by your constant thinking, and by your physical involvement in the three-dimensional reality. When you start to shift all of those, then that's when you're going to see the change. Now, of course, you're going to have to become a little disciplined to do this. Okay, let me give you the next bonus one. The next bonus one now to help you is to remember this. Thank you, Monica McDonald's. Monica McDonald's, wow, look at that. She always comes in big. Man, the lion, the king of manifesting. Yes, she has entered. Always up. Okay, the next one is always notice when you have a counter thought you don't want. If a thought comes in that you do not want, you must stop it immediately and put the one you do want. Now, we have the total force to maintain and manifest our success. Implement it, run it, repeat it, boom, and you will manifest it. Remember to take your game to the next level. Sign up, get into my community, my school community, where you will enhance your manifestation. Visit the link in this bio. It's a TikTok bio, wherever bio, visit the link there. Get in there, take your manifestation to the next level. Happy manifesting, and see you guys again next time.